Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sheep Get Sheared Podcast, home of people, politics, and popular culture. I'm your host, Austin Creed, and my friends, welcome. We're in for a really interesting topic this morning. So, recently, for some reason, I've kind of had it on my heart to discuss some more dating relationship topics. I mean, I wrote a book on the subject, so it's not as if I'm a Johnny-come-lately to the subject. But, you know, I I've been struggling. I'll be honest with y'all. I've been struggling recently. I have people in my life that I love very much. And the way that I think, the way that I operate my life is different than most people. I'm not trying to say that I'm better than anybody because I'm not. However, I just have a different philosophic approach to life. And so if you know anything about being a little bit off the beaten path when it comes to how you stay in your lane and how you do your own thing, you know that every once in a while you want to take people with you. You want people to see your philosophy and understand it, and you want people to come with you on this journey. As much as there is strength in solitude, sometimes you just want people to understand you because we're social creatures and we have needs, right? Well, speaking of needs, I think a lot of the young men especially need to listen up when I tell you that you're probably invisible to most women. Yeah, I said it. Now, I'm not saying that it's necessarily something you're doing on purpose, it's more the opposite. In fact, probably the reason why you're invisible to most women is because you are not part of the top 20%, top 15%. You ever heard of the 80-20 rule before? Well, the 80-20 rule is this. 80% of men are pretty much invisible to women, and then there's 20% of dudes who pretty much have access to all the women. Now, not to equaling degrees. Because at the 20%, you're probably getting a couple. At the 1%, you're getting pretty much everybody. Now, that's not to say that women are bad or anything. In fact, that's why the human race has slowly gotten taller, in case you didn't know. The average height for people was about like 5'6", I think, or something like that back in the day. Now it's slowly moving up. Why? Because women are hypergamous. It ties into Charles Darwin's theory of natural selection. All these things are natural when it comes to women need to be hypergamous. I don't understand men on YouTube or on this side of the internet who want to sit here and tell you that you deserve a woman and that hypergamy is bad. No, hypergamy is good. It forces you to be better, forces you to get off your lazy behind and do something with your life, because then you might achieve something, and then women will be a supplement to your success. That is how it is supposed to work. But yet the Matrix, how people would refer to it, the normie society tells you the opposite, that you need to find the one, the magical person who's going to complete you, and then you're going to have everything handed to you, and it's going to be great and fantastic, and everything's going to be wonderful. Yeah, that's the Walt Disney script. That's not actual real life in society. I sincerely don't understand. Sorry, my... Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm telling you, people will just not get it. I try to explain things to people, they don't understand it. Maybe I'm bad at explaining it. It's entirely possible. Because sometimes my cup of passion doth overflow. Because I eat, breathe, and sleep this stuff. I love it. I love helping people. I love explaining how I understand the world. Because my philosophy is all made through me. I'm not telling you I made it out of thin air. I read a lot of books, I listen to a lot of very intelligent people, and I develop my own personal philosophy. That is what Biblical Bachelor pushes, is this idea of thinking for yourself. Napoleon Hill, I mention him all the time. He's so ahead of the game, and he lived almost 100 years ago. He's so ahead of the game when it comes to not being a drifter. In his book, Outwitting the Devil, Napoleon Hill talks about this idea of drifting. And he says that those who think for themselves can never be a drifter, can never be in the control of the devil. And only about 2% are outside the control of the devil. And if you're drifting, if you have ideas but no action, if you have no ambition, if you are just kind of sitting on your behind You have all the avarice in the world. You're jealous of people. You're a hater. All these things, those are all symptoms of drifting. And I don't want you to be a drifter. I want you to be someone who is determined to win. Someone who's going to be wealthy. Because if you want to be wealthy, that health, wealth, all these things are tied together. The problem is so many people don't understand that the reason you're invisible to most women is because you don't have ambition. You haven't achieved anything. And on the counter side, some women, not very few women actually, but there are women who are not achieving, they're not getting access to the men they want. I hear this all the time, whether it's on the internet, in real life. Women will be like, I'm attracting the wrong guys. No, you are selecting the wrong guys because they are exciting. The dudes at the top 5, top 3, top 1% of men, they don't have time to chase you. They don't have time to play games. They don't have time to do this garbage. You know what they're doing? Making money. You know what they're doing? They're out there hustling. You know what they're doing? They're building the world. They're not out here trying to just do anything but blow your back out, quite frankly. They ain't got time for all this extra garbage. But yet they want Prince Charming. Prince Charming is a prince, so he has authority, he has status, he's got money, but then he also has time to dote on her, care about her emotional well-being and all this stuff. I'm not saying that that image is bad. What I'm saying is it's not realistic and it's not possible. We've gone from a women wanting Mr. Incredible to Mr. Impossible. And yet people wonder why these women are out here single and then projecting onto men saying that all you men are going to be single. Most men have no problem being single, by the way. We only get with a woman because that's what they're programmed to do. If they woke up, they'd realize that there's really not all that much to gain from marriage and whatnot. Now, I'm not saying that there's nothing to gain. I'm saying that really, at the end of the day, if a man wanted to, he could pretty much get everything he wanted himself without the need of a marriage. Now, I get it. When it comes to religion, when it comes to polite society, what I just said is not normal. It is not accepted. And I understand that. But when you see reality, you have to say things that cut through people's sensitive sensibilities. You have to say, you know what? I see through this farce. For example, I'll get really into it. I know we're talking about women, but I want to go on the sidetrack for just a moment. Okay? Religion itself. No, I'm not talking about belief in God. That's spirituality. Spirituality and religion are not the same thing. Spirituality is individual, and it's based on you trying to understand the supernatural and the things out there we cannot explain. Organized religion is church. Organized religion is the religion incorporated, as I like to call it. It's the money, where they get you to pay money, tithe, do all these things to basically fund the big business of church. You can also tie the charities in to help shovel the illegal aliens in the country. They're another example of religion incorporated, like Catholic charities, Jewish charities, all that. They have nothing to do with being Catholic or Jewish. It has everything to do with making money off illegal aliens. But you know what? Again, we're getting off track here. That's not what I wanted to discuss today. I'll discuss that another time. What I really would like to discuss, again, is why you're invisible to women. But all these things tie into the fact that it's because you are not trying to better yourself. You're trying to bring people down to your level. You want a woman who is really beautiful, has really good genetics, has really good parents and everything else to come down to your level. Let me explain something to you, gentlemen. Even the total thought you see on Instagram who has 5 BBLs and the Kylie Jenner lips and everything else you can imagine. You know how much money that stuff costs? Answer, more than you think. And so you expect a woman like that to try to get with you for free? Are you loony? I need to get like a Looney Tunes soundbite. That is loony as hell. You expect a woman who invests thousands of dollars in her body to try to get with your broke ass for free? I don't blame. Okay, number one, ladies, if you dress like that and whatnot, men at the top, we don't want that stuff. And now you're gonna say, "Oh, Austin, you're not at the top, so how would you know?" Just because I have a dorm room bed in the background does not mean I'm not a 1% man. Just so you know. And if you want to keep throwing doubt, go ahead, keep doing it. I know where I'm going, and time will tell which one of us is right. But let me explain something to you. Ladies, I understand your plight to an extent. I get it. You want the 1%. You want the best guy you can get. I don't blame you for that. The problem is you're appealing to the lowest common denominator and then get upset when we don't like it. And gentlemen, women are not dumb, okay? Just because they might play dumb to get you to do something stupid does not mean they're dumb. In fact, it means they're smarter than you. Because they're outplaying you. You need to understand, gentlemen, that the reason you're invisible to most women is because A, you're boring. B, you have nothing going on in your life. C, you probably don't even like yourself that much. And D, because you lack ambition, you lack being interesting, and you are programmed. You ever heard the story of the Beauty and the Beast before? Beauty and the Beast is not just a fairy tale. It's based on a stereotype of the beautiful woman who gets with the beastly man. It could be he looks beastly, could be he acts beastly, that doesn't matter. Women like men who are primal, so then they can try to change them. And if they do change them, they get bored and they leave. But that's how it works. Ladies, you can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I know I'm not wrong, even though you're probably going to tell me I am. Gentlemen, the reason you are invisible to most women is because you are a loser, in plain English. Now, I'm not saying that being a loser is a permanent state. What I am saying is you need to get your life together. You need to stop being a goofy. You need to stop drifting. You need to stop being dumb with the decisions you are making. You need to start acting with purpose, direction, directives, ambition, and then you will start seeing success. And then women, like anybody else, think about it like this. If you are out there grinding, you're kind of in the shadows, but then all of a sudden you start making a lot of money, men, women, everybody's going to want to be on your program all of a sudden. All of a sudden, they're going to be like, oh, shoot, this guy's out here winning. I want to win too. I want to go with him. That's how people think. People don't want to struggle. They want to they want to ride the cash cow. But they don't want to find the cash cow. They want someone else to do it and then ride their coattails to the land of milk and honey. But guess what? You need to be the one to find the cash cow and milk it and nurse it to health so then you can ride it up to the promised land. But at the end of the day, a lot of people don't have what it takes to do that. But trust me, when you do, oh, don't worry, people will find you. Mark my words, people will find you. My friends, I hope this helped you. I don't say this to tear you down. I say this because I want you to become better, and I want you to learn the things that I learned the hardest way possible, and I don't want you to learn the hard way. I want you to learn the easy way if possible. My friends, God bless you. God bless your families and God bless America. If you liked what you heard today, you can feel free to follow me on X at Sheep Get Sheared. Support the Patreon at Sheep Get Sheared. I left my book in the left corner. Should be like right about right here on the screen. If you want to check it out, it'll be on my X bio. It'll be in the link in the description on YouTube and on Rumble. If you want to read and become a biblical bachelor, recommend it. It's the way of the future. My friends, God bless you again. I hope that you learned something today. Don't take this personally. I want you to better yourself, not belittle yourself for not being where you think you should be. Because trust me, I've done that too many times. Take care of yourselves. Let's get better. Let's win the day. I'm out of here. Peace.